So either the rumors that Sky and the Saudis were having issues over money were untrue, or they managed to straighten whatever issues they had out. Whatever the case may be, Sky have now officially announced that they will broadcast the Usyk Joshua rematch on August 20th on Sky Sports box office. And this will be for a price in the UK of $26.95. Now, previously, AJ's pay-per-views for the last few fights, I think, were $24.95. So this will be an increase of £2. In American dollars, I guess that would be around $32, something like that, maybe $33. In euros, I believe it's about 30 euros or 31 euros, something like that. They did say in this particular video, but I just remembered the price in English money, which is $26.95. Now, as far as I'm aware, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not certain on this, but I'm fairly sure this will be the most expensive UK boxing pay-per-view in history. Yeah, the most expensive UK boxing pay-per-view in history. I don't know if they've done other sports where for a one-off they had a higher price than this, but when it comes to boxing, I think this is the most expensive ever. And it's not really a surprise because this is Anthony Joshua's last fight with Sky. Therefore, they're going to want to make as much money from him as possible. They don't have anybody currently on their platform, with, let's say, Ben Shalom, boxer, or even with some of the other promoters they work with. They don't have anyone that can generate the kind of money that Anthony Joshua generates. So they're going to want to milk this for all they possibly can. The deal with the Saudis, they put the pay-per-view price up. They're going to absolutely bombard the airwaves, all of their different television stations, etc., with advertisements for this fight and try and make as much money from it as possible. So let me know what you guys think of the price hike here. $26.95 as opposed to $24.95. And perhaps you can dig up some old interviews with Adam Smith or Eddie Hearn when he was still on Sky, where they promised that for the foreseeable future, the price wouldn't exceed, let's say, $24.95. But here we are at $26.95. Do you think this can be justified? Maybe you're going to look at inflation and say, well, that justifies the price hike. Maybe some of you are going to look at the fact that Sky don't have the stable that they used to because Eddie Hearn left them. And therefore you can understand the price hike here. One last big pay-per-view for them before they have to build their own pay-per-view stars. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Now, obviously, the main point here is that the fears, the worry that there may not be a UK broadcaster for this fight can now be alleviated. There will be a UK broadcaster. It will be Sky. And I think most people, including myself when I did a video on this, felt like they would work it out somehow. It doesn't really make sense for there to not be a UK broadcaster because the UK is the main market for this fight. So how would the Saudis possibly get any kind of return, even if they're going to make a loss, but to minimize losses? How could they possibly put the fight on and not have the UK as the main market when it comes to broadcasting the fight? Didn't make any sense. So I did suspect that they would figure something out with one of the broadcasters in Britain. And indeed, this has happened. Whether they make a profit or not remains to be seen. But yeah, the fight will, see, in my head, either they put the fight on in the UK. Well, I say on in the UK. I don't mean the fight take place in Britain. I'm talking about they either broadcast the fight in the UK or they cancel the fight altogether. That was what's going on in my head because I just don't see how it's financially viable at all to put the fight on and then not broadcast it in the UK. That's where you're going to... Anyway, you get the point I'm making here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about all the points I've raised in this video. And now I guess we can look forward to the fight, the analysis. It's just, what is it now? 23, 24 days away, whatever it is. We now look forward to making our predictions, analyzing the first fight, seeing what both guys can do in this rematch differently, perhaps. Usyk might choose to be more aggressive because apparently AJ's going to be more aggressive. Maybe Usyk's going to have to watch himself early, but if AJ gasses out down the stretch, perhaps he'll be able to press home his advantage and actually stop AJ this time. There's plenty to discuss in the coming weeks. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
If you're tired of the biased narratives and mass censorship on mainstream platforms, and you want to be part of a community of critical thinkers who love free speech just as much as you do, then come and join me on Patreon and access my weekly no-holds-barred, censorship-free podcast where we lift the lid on a wide variety of controversial topics. It's not mainstream friendly, it's not politically correct, but that's the whole point. We dare to stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. Just head on over to my Patreon page and select the tier called Hatman Hot Topics. You'll gain access to a minimum of 2 hours of exclusive content every single week, including podcasts, videos, interviews, live stream Q&As, as well as my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. Not to mention a vast back catalog of hundreds of hours of previous episodes. You can listen via the Patreon app with the option to download in high quality MP3. We've also got an Element group where you can come and chat and hang out with myself and other members. Unlike Discord, it has full end-to-end encryption, is decentralized, and is 100% censorship free. You can also send voice notes as well as much larger audio and video files than you can on Discord. So come and sign up on Patreon. There's no contract, there's no commitment, you can cancel at any time, and it's cheaper than a cup of coffee. So I'll see you over there. I'm out.